of Miami sun. I missed a word. Oh, I missed a word right away. Oh my god. Rough start, huh? Ooh, let's move this. Just enough. The early morning light had yet to give way to the heat of the Miami sun when my phone rang again. I still can't get this. Come on. Lock in. Fast enough. The early morning sun had yet to give way to the heat of the Miami sun. I said it wrong. Dude, this is going to be a record. Fast enough. The early morning light had yet to give way to the heat of the Miami sun when my phone rang again. Expecting one of my buddies, I almost answered without looking. Luckily, I didn't make that mistake. Oops, this is too low for me right now. Thank you. I didn't make that mistake. Drake Kavanaugh. Mr. Kavanaugh. Oopsies. That's backwards. I didn't make that mistake. Drake Kavanaugh. Nope, that's terrible. I didn't make that mistake. Drake Kavanaugh. Then we'll go here. We're going to go one at a time until we get this whole chapter. Jesus Louise. Drake Kavanaugh. Drake Kavanaugh. Mr. Kavanaugh. Lucifer. Hearing his voice made my skin crawl. What can I do for you, Lucifer? It's what I can do for you. I have an event this evening that I think you'll find particularly enjoyable. Short notice. I have other engagements most of this week. Oops, let's go like this. Short notice. I have other engagements most of this week. I purposely sounded bored. Boop doop, man. Reese had her arms folded, walking toward me with a pensive look on her face. Reese had her arms folded, walking toward me with a pensive look on her face. Yes, I apologize, but one of our members arranged for a lovely party at my favorite club, and I thought you might be interested in joining us. What kind of party? Just a little pet party. There's a club some members frequent that's hosting it. Many of the core members are going to be there. I laughed. I see. Another test I must pass. As I told you before, we're very cautious. And so am I. Then come to the party, Drake. Bring your slave, of course. Party, Drake. Bring your slave, of course. Unless you've grown bored with her. I'd be happy to take her off your hands. In fact, he was far too eager to do so. As if something had changed. Not at all, although at some point I might enjoy acquiring a second. I'll consider the party. Email me Email me the location, but know that I'm not in the mood to play clandestine games any longer. Either I'll show, or I won't. That will be my choice. Perhaps I'd irritated the man, but at this point, I couldn't care less, and pushing him was necessary. And I had a feeling he was even more curious about my sudden appearance in the city. It was time to fulfill his curiosity. Very well, and I do hope you will consider attending. I've spoken with several of the club members who are all in agreement that you would make a perfect fit for our community. So you are aware, we have a certain hierarchy within the organization, as well as any well-run corporation does. Call them my board of directors. Their intuitions and decisions are, by far, more important than mine, and vital to our cause. These patriarchal... I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, patriarchal. These patriarchal members are eager to meet you, and hopefully extend a full invitation. And don't worry, Drake. They are the men I trust the most in my life. A small but powerful group that I believe you will enjoy getting to know. Masks are required for the evening, but by all accounts, they won't be necessary again. Unless we consider vetting new members, that is. He laughed as if he'd just invited me over to a barbecue to meet his buddies. Very well. I'll make a point of dropping by this evening. Excellent. I'm looking forward to a lively discussion. Yes, I am as well. As soon as I hung up the phone, As soon as I hung up the phone, I allowed a long, slow gaze to fall from her face to the floor. Why did I have a terrible feeling I'd be walking into an explosive setup? Maybe so, but with an address, we'd be ready. Time to unveil the bastards behind the secret club. What just happened? She asked. Unholy, what's up? What's up? Behind the secret club. Behind the secret club. Behind the secret... Okay, hold on. Small burps. Behind the secret club. What just happened? She asked. The beginning of the end. Wahoo! Let's go. Power on. Behind the secret club. Ooh, I pressed the wrong button. I can't see what I'm doing. Ooh, I pressed the wrong button. Nope, I don't want to select all of those. That would be a silly thing to do. Oh my god. Bro, what are you doing? Okay, over. Why is that far? Dude, I'm having a day. Okay, no monitor, thank you. Make that small again. Rename the chapter. 19. Caps lock is on. Cool. Select all of those over here. Delete that. And onward. Maybe a sip of aqua. Okay, here we go. Chapter 18. Oh, I didn't mute the last chapter. Cool. Cool. There we go. And we go over here. And we go over here. I promise I'll start this chapter at some point in time. Maybe now. We'll see. Chapter 19. Why does it keep doing that, dude? My thing's bugging right now. Oops. Cancel. Oh, auto monitoring's on. Why? Why would you be on? Don't be silly. Chapter 19. Reese. Club Noir. I pressed my hand against my collar, trying to remember who I was for tonight. Star. A slave, eager and ready to please her master. With the short leash trailing down my back, I could easily be grabbed and held in position when necessary. Kendrick decided at that moment to tease me, tugging on the thin leather. You look beautiful. I look like a whore. Nonsense. He scanned the sidewalk as we approached, ignoring the line of people vying to gain access. You are without a doubt the most beautiful woman I've seen tonight. You've seen two so far. One was homeless. Oopsies. So far. One was a homeless lady we passed on the street. He chuckled. I've noticed several others. Look at the women in front of us. Unable to help myself, I punched him playfully in the gut, even though my stomach was filled with butterflies. Ouch! He growled as he cupped the side of my neck, tugging me closer. I might need to punish you for that. Only if you can catch me. When I dared break free of his hold, I just clicked on that. That was cool. For that. What am I doing? For that. Only if you... For that. For that. Only if you can catch me. When I dared break free of his hold, he captured my arm instantly, pulling me against the heat of his body. If only this was a date, instead of a stakeout. I wasn't certain what else to call it. Oh, I will. You ready? You ready? You ready? Maybe. The club is notorious on the circuit, I said, as I tugged on the leather skirt. Even as a teenager, I hadn't worn one so short. With the high heels and the corset, I was as uncomfortable as... Oh my god, I said that so weird. I was as uncomfortable as hell. I can't say I've ever heard of it. You need to get out more. It's very exciting both for the dancing and the submissive activities on the top floor. I have a friend down here who told me all about it. He laughed and handed me the mask for the evening's festivities. A friend, huh? She's a little on the wild side. So are you. Are you certain we're going to be safe here? I have a feeling Lucifer selected a more public location, so the discussion would be minimal. I doubt they'd consider breaking their veil. I doubt they'd consider breaking their veil of secrecy at this point. He commented softly. You don't need to be nervous. As he guided me into the club, I realized I was extremely anxious. We had no idea what to expect. While he was carrying his weapon and his friends were still working diligently on identifying anyone involved, my desk made a sound. What to expect? What to expect? What to expect? While he was carrying his weapon and his friends were still working diligently on identifying anyone involved, I wasn't certain that was of any real comfort, given I knew what the bastards were capable of. While the club was neutral ground, the owners seemingly above reproach, according to everything Raven Intel had discovered, that didn't mean we weren't still in danger. That much I'd gathered by Kendrick's continued sullen mood. The heavy drums of tribal music matched the pulsing lights in the walls, the floor, and the ceiling. Bodies were everywhere, all in masks, the night a themed event. My friend had also told me the club was famous for them, allowing club goers to be anyone they wanted to be. The mystery a draw. Drake Kavanaugh. I believe I'm expected. Kendrick was dressed the part of a wealthy businessman, his charcoal suit and black shirt creating the perfect aura of power and influence. He had his wallet in his hand, glancing over the man's shoulder as he allowed his identification to be inspected. Mr. Kavanaugh. Oopsies. Oh my god, why can't I say it? Mr. Kavanaugh. And I clicked on my DAW. Mr. Kavanaugh. One of two bouncers said in return as he glanced in my direction. Or should I say, after he took a few seconds to leer. Yes, your name is on the list. Please take the elevator to the third floor for the private party. It's in the corridor behind the bar. Very good, Kendrick said, as soon as he shoved the wallet into his jacket pocket. He had his hand wrapped around the man's throat. What? Oh, I said that wrong. As soon as he shoved the bar. Very good, Kendrick said. The bar. Very good. The bar. Very good, Kendrick said, and as soon as he shoved the wallet into his jacket pocket, he had his hand wrapped around the man's throat, easily pushing him against the wall. Well, TikTok might not like this. The wall. As with almost everything about the man, his actions surprised me. So had the look in his eyes the night before when we'd played a game. His expression had been hardened, but not cold, dominating in a way that he'd faked while at the club. Last night, he hadn't been faking, and I'd wanted nothing more than to please him. The other bouncer bristled as if ready to interfere, and all Kendrick needed to do was give the oversized prick a quick, harsh glare for him to back down. While I can understand your appreciating beauty, While I can understand you appreciating beauty, if you dare look at my slave again in any way other than to pay her a nod of respect, you will learn how dangerous it is to dare invade my territory. The bouncer opened his eyes wide, but said nothing. Kendrick had his arms twisted a split second. Kendrick had his arm twisted in a split second. Kendrick had his arm twisted in a split second, while still keeping his fingers digging into the man's flesh. I have no issue with providing you a lesson you won't forget, if that's the road you choose. But I suggest you choose wisely. Yes, sir. I'm very sorry. Tell her that. Kendrick Scroll. Kendrick released his hold on the man's neck, allowing him to turn his head. I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean anything. Oopsies, why is he Southern? I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't mean anything by it. Apology accepted. Was it wrong of me to be secretly thrilled at his reaction? Exhaling, Kendrick finally released his hold, adjusting the cuffs on his sleeves while the man coughed. His hardened expression only changed when we were several feet away. I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm not. I did so enjoy his deep baritone laugh. Sneeze. He was enjoying himself. We're being watched, I told him. He didn't bother looking around the club as I was doing, instead heading for the neon-lit bar. Everyone was dancing, or at least moving to the music. While there were a few garish costumes, most were decked out in Dee's attire. Both men and women taking the dominant role. There's a dog outside going absolutely bananas right now. Perfect time for some agua. Oh, okay, I'm gonna sneeze again. What's going on? Both men and women taking the dominant role. We made it to the elevator without incident, but I sensed eyes on us every step of the way. Once inside, I took a deep breath. "You remember what you'll need to do?" he asked, while nuzzling into my ear, the whisper soft enough. If there were listening devices, no one would hear a word. "Don't worry. I'm a good little subby, remember?" He laughed and pinched my nipple through my corset. Ooh-wee. We're gonna mute for a second. A man stood, waiting for us, just inside, an indication Lucifer had been notified of our arrival. He said nothing, simply leading us down a corridor. The same vibe of music was playing, and as we passed several open doors— oopsies, that was almost right. And as we passed several open-doored rooms, I noticed various ongoing BDSM activities. Butterflies swarmed my stomach as we walked by, a strange sense of unexpected desire swelling. I was right about being watched. Silent glances from the shadows creating an eerie vibe. They were all careful not to provide any opportunity to be recognized or remembered. The masked man pointed toward another— oh my god, come on, get it. Get it, dude. The masked man pointed toward another door, backing away almost immediately. And I forgot to scroll. "Ah, Hunter. Very good to see you. And the lovely Miss Starr. Welcome." There were other slaves inside, several on the floor by their let's say this correctly. There were other slaves inside, several on the floor by the master's feet, all with collars and leashes. While I should be disgusted by the sight, as a few rubbed their faces against their master's leg like a cat, I found myself fascinated. Two were without clothes, only the collar and the tail held in place. We're gonna mute again. The other girls were statues in the background, all tethered to their owners, their eyes as haunting as the realization they'd lost hope in ever finding their way back to their past lives. And none of them were my sister. A cold chill drifted down my spine. There were 7 other men besides Lucifer, all in suits and wearing masks. There were others in the shadows, big, hulking masses of men, just like the one who'd manhandled the girls. Kendrick had his finger wrapped around my leash, keeping a tight enough hold as if daring anyone to touch me. A waitress approached, and as expected, I wasn't asked if I wanted anything to drink. This wasn't about me, other than one of the reasons I was here. To take photographs. The collar idea was brilliant, suggested by Chase, one of Kendrick's friends and a DEA agent. The various bar height tables and a few— this is the word I was looking for. With various bar height tables and few chairs, the men were standing, studying us while sipping on their drinks. I took the opportunity to take a few photographs by simply touching my collar. While I felt eyes on me, There's a Harley Davidson driving by. We'll give it a second. Dang, that thing's loud. Touching my collar. Okay. Touching my collar. While I felt eyes on me, I fell into the role, acting submissive while still rebellious enough to tug and pull at what had been for. I didn't say the word right. Fell into the role, acting submissive while still rebellious enough to tug and pull at what I'd been forced to wear. Half the room was blocked off in shadows, the darkness oppressive. The waitress was quick to bring the drink Kendrick had ordered, immediately disappearing. "Gentlemen," Lucifer began, lifting his glass, "let's have a toast." "What are you toasting to?" another asked. "To new blood, of course." "New blood is always welcome," another man said, the one who was paying close attention to everything I was doing. "I appreciate the invitation, gentlemen, but I do have other business to attend to tonight. If there are any questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you." "How are you enjoying our beautiful city?" The question seemed far too benign. "While I've been here many times before on business, I must admit I'm enjoying the scenery much more than I was before." He fisted a handful of my hair, and I hissed, even jerking my head. His eyes immediately flared, allowing the others to witness his displeasure with me. "You'll need to excuse my beautiful star. She's just getting used to her place in my world." "Yes, it does take time. I use a cage at night by my bed. It helps with the anxiety." Unable to help myself, I threw the asshole a look. That prompted Kendrick to wrap his hand around my throat, inching closer. "Be careful, my beautiful slave. There's a loud truck driving by." Closer. 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 "Be careful, my beautiful slave. Disrespect will not be tolerated." I acted as if I was going to rebut, then looked away. "Rebut?" We'll look it up. Golly. Let's go here. And my audio's on the wrong channel. How dare you, sir? How dare you? We are using our main output today. Rebut. Now, what did I say? Good questions. All good questions. TikTok, where did you go? Why are you over here? There we go. I said, as we scroll back and back and back, I acted as if disrespect will not be I acted as if I was going to rebut. Yeah, I said it right. I acted as if I acted as if I was going to rebut, then looked away. "Yes, sir." "All in act?" "Sir." All in act. Or was it? His fingers lingered on my skin. Lingerer. His fingers lingering on my skin made me think twice. They do well with daily rounds of discipline, Lucifer suggested. I was ready to rip his eyeballs out with my bare fingers. She is learning, slowly. Kendrick shifted his eyes toward me before enjoying a sip of his drink. How? How did you hear about our organization? The question drew Kendrick's attention. Kendrick chuckled. By one of your members, as you well know. Given we used to roam in the same circles many years ago, he was well aware of my tastes. As you obviously already know, I frequented many clubs in New York. I frequented, oh my God, let's take it from the top. Jesus! As you obviously already know, I frequented many clubs in New York. But after a while, their offerings no longer allowed for the scintillation I needed. After learning of my proposed move, he suggested I consider something more to my tastes. He took the opportunity to pull me closer, stroking me as if just another one of his pets. Oopsies. There's a plane flying by. There's a plane up in the sky. He's making so much noise every day. I mute my mic and cry away. Okay. It's almost past. More to my tastes. More to my tastes. He took the opportunity to pull me closer, stroking me as if just one of the pets in the room. Which member was that again? Lucifer asked, the spark in his eyes too easy to see, even in the dim lighting. They were trying to trip Kendrick. Kendrick wasn't buying it. While I completely understand your concerns for your exclusivity, holy fudge, exclusive. We're gonna let the robot say it so I can just copy that, because golly, I can't say it myself. Exclusive, oh my God. Exclusivity? Exclusivity. Man. Okay, brain. Exclusivity. Well, I completely understand your concerns for your exclusivity. I'm no longer interested in playing word or name games. Catcher is a man I consider trustworthy, which is the only reason I'm here. As he continued brushing his fingers down my neck, I shuddered from his touch, which caught Lucifer's eye. Lucifer's watchful gaze continued. As I mentioned, Hunter is not a game player, and I believe we can respect that. You've all had ample opportunity to cast your doubts and double-check your guess. Oh my God. You've all had ample opportunity to cast your doubts and double-check your guest's credentials. He has my vote. What say you? I believe he'll be an excellent fit. One by one they voted, except for the man who just entered the room. Be an excellent fit. Entered the room. About time for you to join us. We have one more necessary vote. Catcher, I'm certain you'll want to play catch-up with your old buddy. No pun intended, of course. Your vote is Your vote very much counts. Catcher took a deep breath as he approached, studying studying me first for a few seconds studying me first and for a few seconds too long. With his Phantom of the Opera mask, most of his face was hidden. With his Phantom of the Opera mask, most of his face was hidden, the shadows keeping the rest in the dark silhouette. The shadows keeping the rest in a dark silhouette. Oh, I gotta go look up Catcher again. It's been a moment. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, my stream crashed. That's not good. Oh, it's still happening in the background. Cool.